Chapter 1. Tess. I look up at the sound of angry heels clopping across the floor. Oh no, what is she doing here? What do you think you are doing, Tess? Kirsten asks me. Actually, asks is too nice of a word. She practically spits the words at me, and I'm pretty sure she's laced them with venom first in hopes that when they hit my face, the poison will sink in and kill me. Pasting my sweetest smile on, the one that won me the title of Homecoming Queen, Prom Queen, and Miss Small Town USA, I glance up at her and bat my eyes. I'm having dinner, Kirsten. What does it look like? It looks like you are having dinner with my brother. Her angry eyes flash at me, and then she turns her daggers on Samuel. Why are you having dinner with my brother? Why are you having dinner with her? Samuel shrugs. We were hungry, and we thought food might take that hunger away. I bite back a chuckle. He's cute. His looks first grabbed my attention when he entered my shop yesterday morning. I've long been a sucker for dark hair and blue eyes, but when I found out he was Kirsten's brother, my interest grew. And now I find out he has a sense of humor too. There could really be something here. Too bad Kirsten didn't seem to get the same sense of humor gene. Hey, Samuel. Tess, Kirsten's friend Molly says as she comes up behind her. Close behind are the two handsome newcomers, Tristan and Dillon Dixon. Kirsten, come on, our table is ready. Molly tugs on Kirsten's arm, clearly wishing to avoid a scene. Kirsten narrows her eyes at me and then at Samuel. This isn't over. We will talk about this again. Soon. Then she spins and clops back across the floor. Sorry about that, Samuel says. I don't know what's gotten into her. I do, and I can't really blame her. I did spread a rumor she was pregnant in high school with a boy's baby who wasn't her boyfriend. My goal, of course, was to try and convince her boyfriend he was better off with me. It worked, but unfortunately he and I didn't. We broke it off just days later, and Kirsten and I didn't speak again until about a week ago when she and Tristan entered my shop. Maybe this was a bad idea, I say, laying on the reverse psychology I am so skilled at. I wouldn't want to come between you and your sister. No, she'll get over it. He says the words with confidence, but his face betrays him. He isn't so sure of that statement. And besides, even if she doesn't, she has no say in who I date. I bite the corner of my lip and smile coyly up at him. Dating Samuel would have been fun without Kirsten in the picture, but tormenting her as well makes it twice as fun. Well, if you're sure, I am having a lovely time with you. His hand snakes across the table and covers mine. Me too, he says, and I know that I have him hooked. Samuel. I know what Kirsten is going to say before she even opens her mouth. How could you go on a date with her? She throws her hands up in frustration as she paces around my living room. Her gait is so aggressive that grooves are already forming from her steps. She better not destroy my carpet. You know what she did to me in high school. Kirsten, that was high school. 10 years ago, in case you've forgotten. I'm sure she's changed since then. And even if she hasn't, she's fun. Maybe it won't be anything serious, but beautiful women like Tess don't pop up in this small town very often. And I haven't been on a date in ages. Part of that is my practice, which, as the only doctor in town, keeps me very busy. But the other part is just that I haven't found a woman I wanted to go out with until now. I don't even know what brought me into Miss Moffat's cupcakes yesterday, as I don't generally eat sweets, but for some reason I was craving something homemade and carby. And there had been Tess, looking more like a movie star than an employee, as she stood behind the counter and flashed her megawatt smile at me. She'd always been pretty, even back in high school, but I'd been a year older and more focused on medical school than dating. Then she had spread the rumors about Kirsten, and even if I had wanted to date her, I couldn't have. The house full of women I was living in then would have eviscerated me. For the most part, I didn't mind being the only boy in a family of girls, but when it came to the petty revenge and retribution stuff, I missed having a brother. Boys would have just punched each other and gotten over it, but girls held grudges forever, it seemed. As evidenced by Kirsten's still bruised feelings 10 years later. Maybe that was high school, but she also made a pass at Tristan. I raised my brow at her. Tristan? You mean the new guy in town that you've been dating for, what, a week? You know how rare it is to get new people in this town, especially people our age. Can you blame her for trying? She sucks in a ragged breath and spears me with her livid gaze. I can't believe you are on her side. I'm your sister. You're supposed to be on my side. I'm not on anyone's side, I say, throwing up my hands. I simply think you are being ridiculous. Is Tristan interested in Tess? She folds her arms across her chest and sticks out her bottom lip. No, of course not. Okay, so you've got nothing to worry about. And I'm your brother, so it's not like there is any possibility of us dating. Besides, if she's dating me, she's less likely to turn her attention to anyone else, right? Right? I can see from the expression on her face that she knows I'm making sense. She doesn't like it, but she knows I'm right. So she changes tactics. But what about you? What if she hasn't changed and she breaks your heart? I'm 30 years old, Kirsten. I think I can handle myself. As her mouth pulls into a tight line, I know I have won the argument. Fine, but when she tears you to pieces like the man-eater she is, don't come crying to me. And don't expect me to be buddy-buddy with her either. I chuckle and shake my head. I would never expect that. Kirsten has always been fierce and independent. I learned a long time ago to stop expecting things from her. She is a great sister and loyal to the core. But when she decides on something, there is no getting her to budge. Still, I wouldn't change her for the world.